Yo, what's good, guys? This is Theo here, coming to you live with um, how to use the YouTube API, and this is part three. So if you've never used the YouTube Data API, this lesson is a perfect starting point. While there's a host of different ways you can use the API to integrate with YouTube, we will be covering a basic integration that performs searches for YouTube content. The same basic concepts and client library framework that you learn here can be used for other types of YouTube integration later on. Awesome. Let's move on. And so we want to now load the client library. So this is the boilerplate sets of a basic HTML document, search.html, and it also includes the script. And so when it loads, it calls this on client load, and it loads the API client version 3. And then it runs this YouTube API load method, it looks like, and all this does is it sets our API key to this key right here. Awesome. So, so to get familiar with displaying output, modify the existing sample to add in a call to the show response function right after the API key. So right after this is set, we're gonna call show response, okay, and we want to pass in a string of hooray, and now it says hooray because this takes in a response, which JSON stringifies, which makes this into JSON. The response with empty, and it'll display this value on the page. Awesome. So it looks like, yeah, it'll show it up right here. Awesome. Or make it show up right there. Cool. So next one up, guys, we want to add a call to show response inside the onSearch response function. Right. So let's try that out. Show response, and then we'll pass in the response that we get back. Okay. I guess I spelled it wrong. Show response. Awesome. Look at this. Beautiful. So right now we're getting back all of this, JSON. This is our key value pairs. This is our result that we're getting back. And let's just look at this a little bit more. What's happening is it's running this on client load method when it loads this library right here. So from the Google API, it's loading that. And it's loading the YouTube client version 3, and then it's running on YouTube API load. This is setting the API key. Then it's calling search. Then in here, it's creating a new request with the YouTube API and the .search method .list, which returns a list, and all it's taking in is IT or ID as the search, and then it's executing the request, and then it's going to call onSearch response, which is going to be past the response, and then that is calling show response. So there's a lot of closures and a lot of scope being passed around here. So when it gets to this method, show response, then it's taken in the response. It's just going to stringify it, and in this case, it's going to show us this JSON object. Awesome. Let's go ahead and submit that code. Next up, so we want to try changing line 27 to set the part parameter to snippet instead of ID. So let's try and see what this does for us. Snippet. Okay, and awesome. So we can sort of see the different data that we've gotten back this time. Similarly, maybe we want to change it to, I don't know, Star Wars, and sort of see what we get back. Star Wars, and let's look. So we're not getting back a lot of stuff there. It's a 400, but this is the parameter. So instead, changing it to snippet, we want to receive information like the title and description. So these are just different ways to get the data back. Snippet. Awesome. Cool. So that's what we're getting back right there. And let's go ahead and run that. Next up, guys, we want to filter the responses with the Q parameter. So modify the example to add in a Q parameter at line 28. So this is the query now. So in here, I'm going to change this to Star Wars and sort of see what we get back. My bad. Let me put that in a string. Awesome. So check this out. We're now getting back these snippets, and we're getting back some search content right here. So this is Star Wars Old Republic. More snippets. Rogue One, Star Wars official trailer. So we're getting back a ton of these search results, and you could change that query to anything you want. You could change it to JavaScript, and I don't know, maybe I'll even show off my own video. I know it's kind of arrogant, but mean stack application end to end. Let's see if this returns my. Let's see. Mean stack application end to end. Let's see. End to end with deployment. There it is. Here's my application, guys. Channel title Theodore Anderson. So that's pretty cool. Just to show you, you can grab this data and filter in on it. Cool. So yeah, let's run that. And our last one up, guys, is just wrapping it up and saying thanks for working with us. And basically, I think the more important lesson was lesson 5, though, if you look back at it, because this really shows you how to create this client, or this API client, which interacts with everything and all the different methods you have to call. I think that's a lot of overkill, and I think you could sort of separate these out, or not separate them out, sort of combine them or consolidate them a little bit more. But we've walked through the whole process, the on-client load, which runs the YouTube API once it's been loaded. It sets the API key, it searches, and then this request is just a configuration object. I'm sure there's more parameters you can go look up, and then finally it executes this response. And once this response is done, it executes this callback function, and that is actually passed. It's actually passed the response as well. And then we have the show response method, which is its responsibility is to just format our data. So yeah, guys, pretty cool. Just change this, and pretty awesome that we got to work with an API. And I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. Just finished this course. We'll move on to something else different after this, but if you guys enjoyed the video, please make sure to like, comment, and please subscribe and support the channel. It means a lot. So thanks for watching and have a great day. I will see you in the next video. Take care.